Hello, everybody. This is Grace with Grace on a Journey Channelings. Welcome to the new fellow travelers, and to those of you returning, welcome back. You are loved, valued, and very much appreciated. Now let's take this time to show ourselves some love. How about we give ourselves a big hug? Gentle reminder, it's important to balance your chakras every day. It keeps you well and at your best. So why not begin our chakra exercise? I'll be doing it a little different because I'll be including some insight in relation to the chakra before I say the affirmation. So we're beginning with the crown chakra. All right. The crown chakra is associated with universal consciousness. When wanting to activate your crown chakra, you recite I know that all is well. The third eye chakra is related to psychic abilities. To activate your third eye chakra, you recite Sham repetitively. I see. I already have everything I need. The throat chakra, in relation to communication. I speak. I speak with power. The heart chakra, associated with love. You recite Yam when wanting to activate your heart chakra. I love. I am growing in love. The solar plexus chakra, that's associated to personal power. When wanting to activate it, you recite Ram. I can always improve. The sacral chakra is associated with emotions. When wanting to activate it, you recite Yam Mistake. Rewind. You recite Vam. I feel. I feel I am embraced by love. The root chakra is associated with grounding. When wanting to activate it, you recite Lam. I have. I have balance. Now, I always like to share a little bit about angel numbers because I do make reference to them. For those of you that are just being introduced, angel numbers are associated with signs that alert us that we are being helped and guided and that we are on the right path. The numbers are usually repetitive or in some type of sequence that captures our attention. I also like to make a note of when looking to decode an angel number, it is important that you are aware that there are different definitions. There are times you will have a book with you and it has different angel numbers in it, and you'll locate whatever number you're looking for and it'll provide you with some type of insight. That same number, you'll go on the internet and Google it or whatever search engine that your preference is, and it comes out to be a different meaning. And this is why we cannot just rely on books and the internet and so forth, because in order for us to authentically receive information that we can rely on, we have to do the work. We have to have a relationship with our higher self and our spiritual support team, including a God of your understanding, your beloved ancestors, and your guardian angels. If you do not build on a relationship with your spiritual support team and you're just going by what someone wrote on a book or what someone believes it to be, it will be useless to you. Okay? And that's just the fact. And you can go out and find out for yourselves. I just bring the information. You use your discernment. Now, there are 2 songs I channeled, right? The first one that I have to introduce to you is very popular because the person who raps it is very well known and a legend. And I remember when this video came out, there was a lot of excitement because the video itself gave the vibration, for lack of a better word, that it was coded. And so that there were messages in there And unless you are like a wordsmith or a poet or someone that's just insightful, that reads between the lines, there's a lot that can escape you from listening to that song. And I've heard it several times before. Like I said, it's been out. The person is no longer with us, but it's been out for a while. But because I was woken up to it, I knew there was a message there for me. And what's funny about this, as much as I've heard this song time and time and time again, I never connected the dots. But again, when you have a connection with your spiritual support team and it's authentic, first of all, you recognize the signs. You know a song doesn't just come to you from nowhere. If it's coming to you, there's a message. So I took the time to go into the lyrics and notice that it is describing a lot of what is going on presently all over the world in relation to those that are chosen or associated with being divine or whatever category you label yourself as. Being of the light. Okay, we'll go with that. And then those that are angels, I call them fallen angels or angels of the dark or dark agents. Now, it's a spiritual warfare. And I do know that a lot of people use the term karmic, but sometimes I hesitate on using karmic. The reason why is because of what I always recite to you, which is we are all in school. There are times we will be students. There will be times that we will be teachers, right? So because of that, there are times you are someone's karma. True story. And you are their catalyst that brings it to their attention that, you know what? I need to take a different direction. What I'm doing is no longer working. It took me this far, but right now I'm stuck. And so it's time to get out of this pattern and break this generational curse. So because of that, someone that can be of the light connected to someone that is of the dark, that is still a karmic relationship, because the person of the dark does not belong to you, because that person is not your equal. Because connecting to that person would be basically drawing in their karma. Trust me, I lived and learned. But by the grace of God, people, I had favor over my life because one of my callings is to be a spiritual teacher. And those of us that are called in some type of leadership position, we are also called to live out loud to some degree, respectively. You understand? So my story echoes around all the circles that are connected to it. and all the people that are connected to those circles. And in the end, God's name is glorified. And so this is why I am submerged in favor, submerged in protection, submerged in wisdom, because God had a plan for me. And although I was saved in the nick of time by grace, I will not dare tell you to take that risk with your life. Because what I escaped, most people don't escape. Okay? Especially when it is organized crime and when they knew you and your potential and your calling before you were awakened to the extent of your value. Most of us have some type of insight who we are and know that we have a calling. But what we don't know is how valuable that calling is to the world. And this is why it is important for you to connect with your roots, okay? Connect with your creator. Connect and dive into teaching that will help you to progress on your journey and take steps that will bring you closer to your highest potential. It pleases everybody in your immediate circle. You break that generational curse and you teach others how to live by living your life respectively out loud. And you'll continue hearing me say respectively because on this journey, there will be a point in time when you realize that not everyone who appears to be on your team is on your team. And this is why you have to use your discretion when connecting with others, sharing information on a need-to-know basis, because those of a lower vibration are now being very strategic with a goal to sabotage you. And so if you are not alert, you will fail. And sometimes that failure will cost your life. And many times they get away with it because it is organized crime. Because they have people from all different levels taking part. Confirmation. Taking part in your destruction. The aim is to sacrifice you and benefit from you. Okay? And so one of the ways it's done is to basically make you appear as if you are losing your mind. So they will try these mind manipulations and play these games with you and mock you and put you down, everything to break you down. And if you don't know God, People, if you don't know God, even before this starts, it's not looking good. And so those of you that have an idea of who God is, but don't know him personally, you are not hearing this message by accident. There is no such thing as a coincidence. If there was ever a time for you to make time for God, hear me, it's now. Do you hear me? If there was ever a time for you to make time for God, it is now. That's your only chance. And as you move closer to him, he will assist you in all your blind spots. Because it doesn't matter how educated you are. It doesn't matter what degree you have. It doesn't matter what connection you have. It doesn't matter what race you was born into. I'm trying to tell you, you have blind spots. There are people in your face, lying in your face, and you don't know. That's why you need God. That's why you need your guardian angels. That's why you need to honor and respect and connect with your beloved ancestors. Again, I just relay the messages. I do not enforce them. But I pray that you take heed and that you begin to make better choices for yourself and maintain them for your future generations. Now, getting back to the song, Hail Mary. Now, the reason why I will take the time to dive into the lyrics with you, people, there's a message. And that message is going to reach those with ears, because those with ears will hear. Okay? Now, if it goes above your head, understand it's okay. You are right where you're supposed to be on your journey. As you continue to grow, you'll be able to understand symbolism. You'll be able to understand messages and receive them and use them for your own good. But this tells a story of those who have been persecuting me. Okay? I also feel there are parts of it that share some of my views. But 95% of this rap song is disclosure in relation to those that are low vibrational, explaining their perspective, why they do the things they do, and their present predicaments. Now, I will be editing words that we would be considering as foul language and so forth, to the best of my capability. It's not word for word. The goal is not to recite it word for word. The goal is to gain the message that it is providing. Okay? So we all know it begins with Hail Mary. Come with me, Hail Mary. Come quick, see. What do we have here now? Do you want to ride or die? La, 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 la. Now, I'm not going to rap this, okay? I just introduced you so you can recall what it is and listen to it at your convenience. Will I be rapping on my own? For sure, but not on here. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting the truth. Picture paragraphs unloaded. Wise words being quoted. Peeped the weaknesses in the rap game and sewed it down, bowed down and prayed to God, hoping that he's listening, seeing those coming for me to my diamonds when they're glistening. Now pay attention. Rest in peace, Father. I'm a ghost in these killing fields. Now pay attention. Rest in peace, Father. I'm a ghost in these killing fields. Hail Mary, catch me if I go. Let's go deep inside. The solitary mind of a madman who screams in the dark. Evil lurks. Enemies see me flee. Activate my hate. Let it break to the flame. Set trip. Empathy out my clip. Empty out my clip. Never stop to aim. Some say the game is all corrupted. Stuck. Is lucky if we bust out. Plus mama told me never stop until. Obviously, I'm jumping over some words for reasons. The world, if they can't adjust, it's just as well. Then the chorus, Hail Mary. What do we have here now? Do you want to ride or die? Penitentiaries is packed with promise makers, never released. The precious times of these igas is wasting institutionalized. I lived my life, product made to crumble, but too hardened for a smile. We're too crazy to be humble. We ballin'. Catch me, Father, please, 'cause I'm falling in the liquor store. That's the Hennessy I hear calling. Can I get some more? Hell till I reach hell. I ain't scared. Mama checking in my bedroom. I ain't there. I got a head with no screws in it. What can I do? One life to live. But I ain't got nothing to lose. Just me and you. on a one-way trip to prison, selling drugs. We all wrapped up in this living. Life as thugs. To my homeboys in Clinton Max. Doing they bid. Raise hell to this real it. And feel this. When they turn out, I'll be there in the dark, thugging eternal in my heart. Now, Hail Mary, come with me. Igga, run quick, see. What do you want here now? Do you want to ride or die? They got an APB on my thug family. Since the outlaws run these streets like these scandalous freaks, our enemies die now. Walk around half dead. Now this, let me pull some attention here. The first couple of verses would be those on the low vibrational scale, right? Now check out the high vibrational scale. Our enemies die now. Walk around half dead. Head down. K-blasted and thigh. Trying it. Mixed it. Now I'm twisted, blistered, and high visions of me. Thug living, getting by. We getting back to them. Forever live, and I multiply. Survive by thugs. When I die, they won't cry. Unless they come in with slugs. Peep the whole scene and whatever's going on around me. Brain kind of cloudy, smoked out, feeling rowdy, ready to wet the party up, and whoever in that nasty new street, slugger, my heat seeks suckers on the regular, mashing in a stolen black AC Integra, cock back, 60 seconds till the draw. That's when I'm dead. Feet first. From a thug to preaching. Now, this is the verse that I'm the next verse that I'm reading. I feel this is the person that was victimized. I gave love. Nah. This is still their verse. I gave love. I gave you love. Now I'm eating dirt. This is the person, like the low vibrational person who trusted the wrong members or the wrong people in their circle, right? I gave you love. Now I'm eating dirt, needing work. And I ain't the Igga to put you on. 'Cause word is bond. When I was broke, I had to hustle till dawn. This is when the sun came up. I'm going to let you continue identifying to what side it's resonating with, because it's going back and forth now. That's when the sun came up. There's only one way up. Hold your head up and stay up. To all my Iggas, get your pay and wait If it's on, then it's on. We break beats. Outlaws on a paper chase. Can you relate to this? It I don't got, but this it I gotta take. Dealing with fate. Hoping God don't close the gate. If it's on, then it's on. We break beats. Outlaws on the paper chase. Can you relate to this it I don't got? Be the it I gotta take. Dealing with fate. Hoping God don't close the gate. Now, there's a moment when it features someone else, but our concentration is on Tupac's verses. So he continues with saying, when running from the penitentiary, this is the time for liberty. See? And what caught my attention at the end, Kill Lu Mari. Now, I know all of y'all know what that rhymes with. Kill U Mari. Now, what I got from this is basically, this is their sob story. You know, those that were organizing to target individuals for theft, power, fame, and profits from laundering and money laundering and sex trafficking and human trafficking. Like this is like a wave going around all over this world right now. And this is their side of the story. That basically they want something you have, and so they're going to come take it by any means necessary. Yes, it's serving karma now, but this is why they did this is why they did what they did. And I don't hear no regrets here either. And at the same time of coming after you and being in this life of sin, quote unquote, they are praying and they are preaching. Okay? And those of you that are truth tellers out there that are uncovering the lies and the killers and the rapists and bringing it into the attention of the collective are being called demons while they preach on the altars. And this is why everything is upside down right now, because those who believe they should be in power are corrupted. And those that are just doing their thing, they're connected to their higher power, and God is awakening them for this new day, because this is a new dawn, because we are pioneers, are being targeted and stolen from and so forth. But guess what? It's time for jail. Now, without getting into too many details, those who are really called to be in this line of work, do not rely on cards to receive messages. Do not rely on, channeled songs that they channel and so forth. Like, first of all, the song does not have to pop up on the radio. You don't have to turn the radio on to hear, or whatever app you listen to. It comes to you. But what I want to tell you is you receive your messages as well in nature. It can also be inside, indoors. And You just see something and you hear a message and it connects the dots. And earlier today, I had that experience where I was paying attention to something and it gave me the awareness that indeed jail time is around the corner, people. I'm trying to tell you. And it was just something I saw and how it was positioned. It's just like you can see a picture, right? And you just see what you see. But somebody else could see that same picture and see many different things in that same picture. But God is who awakens you to it. And this is why those who are fronting out there pretending to be what and who they want to be and doing their best to break others down who are called to be truth tellers, who are seers, who are teachers, who are leaders, basically creating smear campaigns and defaming their characters and all this, what I consider nonsense, is of no help to the collective, and it actually is taking from their opportunities to raise their vibration and better their lives. It is an insult to the collective to present yourself as someone that God called when you know very well that you stole all your material. When you know very well that you lied about your reading, okay? You know very well that you had to steal in order to achieve the illusion of achievement. You know very well that as much as you're putting the other person down, the chosen person, the person that was called down, and sharing that the person is weak, the person is incompetent, the person is so crazy. Meanwhile, you know the person is so strong. Can we take a pause with strong? I said strong. That you had to strategize a plan before your attack. See? Before even you touched her, right? You had to collect backup, okay? Backup minions, backup spiritual practitioners, backup, gullible ones. Yeah, communities of backup for one person. Meanwhile, the person is crazy. The person is incompetent. The person is worthless. Okay, so help me understand. So if this person is so downgradable as you are preaching it on the pulpit, why is it you need a congregation to attack? They weak, right? You on God's side, right? They just a demon, right? And this is why this is happening all over the world in sync. Like I've said before, when God is involved, his signature is all over it. There is no way you can deny the fact that all these exposures are occurring simultaneously and that the victims are all sharing the same story in relation to being gang stalked, lied on, cheated on, stolen from. How is this possible? It's possible because God's signature is all over it. It's possible because there's a shift. It's possible because those that were in the illusion of being the first, this present day, are the, who knows the answer, class? Last. Isn't that written somewhere? The quote unquote first shall be the last. Where can we quote that from? Have you came across that text? There is no way out of it now. And the fact that they continue to attack, meanwhile, every attack they send comes right back to them, proves the point. What most of us that are in these leadership positions have been stating, which is the fact that they're possessed already. Okay? So it's the entity in them that's taking over, and that's causing them to do the nonsense over and over and over and over, because it breaks them down further and further and further until they receive the sacrifice, because it's a life for a life. And so if you can turn this child of God in as you attempted to sacrifice her or him, it's your life for their life. Okay? And that's just facts. And this is why I have shared with you several times before, you will be witnessing a wave of death in these circles. And this is the main reason why God separated you from them, because he knew that this was coming and that energy is contagious. So if you stayed in those circles, you would be in danger. As a matter of fact, you in their lives assisted them in covering. Because you are so protected, their connection to you offered them coverage. See? So when you stepped away, oh, what does Tupac say? When it's on, it's on. You know? It's just on. And so this is what you're witnessing all over. You know, if it's not something I'm seeing and reading the symbolism in between, I'm having a vision or else I'm having a dream. I have very frequent dreams and visions. And I'm also notified which ones I should be sharing and which ones are for me to know and for you to find out. And this is why God is selective as well when it comes to who he assigns certain positions, because of the fact some of you are Judases. So because you're a Judas, there's information that cannot be made available to you because you are an op. Because you are not for God. Because you are unmasked. And this is why God is strategic in his selections. He chooses those with wisdom, understanding, and that follow directions, that follow their intuition. That is the direction. Okay? When he sends you a dream, you should take heed to the message being sent. But if you allow yourself to take that dream, that message that he transferred to you, and you go and bring it to the ops, it's defeating the purpose, right? So if there's no use of you, there's just no use of you, right? And this is why some of you end up expelled and no longer part of the tree of life. And that's basically how the cookie crumbled. Okay? Because many of you want to pretend like you don't understand what's going on, that, oh, certain things are not fair, and why this and why that. I'll just stop you right there and say, every action has a reaction. It's just like when you did something wrong, those of you who experienced spankings in your childhood understood the whooping just comes, okay? Sometimes without any warning, you just feel it. And that's basically what you're feeling right now, okay? And that's basically why there are a lot of people that are separating themselves from you and don't want to hear it. Okay? Save the drama for who? Your mama. Because when they were warning you and telling you and encouraging you to get in line with God's will, it was time to mock. It was time to lie on. It was time to steal from. It was time to defame. Oh, it was time. When it's on, right? Well, there are two sides to each coin. When it's on, it's on. Now, I really enjoyed listening to the next channeled song. Okay. And it's called When You Make It to the Top, Don't Stop, Don't Stop. And I really love the bass. It was like drumming. And that was a clear message from the ancestors. When you make it to the top, oh, because yes, you are progressing. And yes, you do have a reason to be proud of your journey and where you've arrived. But even as you progress and break those generational curses, don't stop, okay? Keep going. And it is by Corey Flocka featuring Positive Vibes. And let me tell you, if you want to wake up in the morning, that's the tune right there. Okay. Fortunately, that's how it came to me. And I was like, whoa, like I was ready for the day, man. I was motivated. This is how I want to wake up every day. And I encourage you guys to incorporate more music into your lives, because the more you listen to it, the more chances there will be for you to begin to develop a connection that will send messages to you via songs that you listen to or music that you listen to. And also, the physical activity in relating to dancing, when you hear this music, not only this, but whatever you listen to, assists you on your spiritual journey as well. Exercise helps you to release what is no longer for your highest good. And it's associated with mind, body, and soul. And this is why I feel you should make listening to music and dancing and enjoying the moments that you call me time to the fullest. Do not allow people to burden you with their problems and their nagging and their complaining to mess up your vibe. Okay? Learn to set boundaries and also to enforce them and not allow others to ignore them or to push their ways beyond them. Because everyone has their God. The same way you have a God, they have a God. And the same way you could call on God, they can call on God. Right? And the funniest part is these people in your circles that want to be codependent on you and burdens in your life and so forth, most of the times they're not even your children. So what time do you have for your children? So what makes them think that you're going to sacrifice your children to take care of them because they refuse to grow up? Make it make sense. Somebody. Because if you choose not to heal yourself and work on yourself and get the therapies that you need, if you choose to not put the alcohol bottle down, if you choose not to put the drugs down, then that's not on me or mine. Everyone is on a journey. Everyone has problems. Everyone has to overcome. And this is why God has stepped in the way he has. Because you do not get to inflict people with your problems. You do not get to enforce slavery in people's lives to pay your bills, to pay for your drug habits, to pay for your hoes. Yeah, I went there. To pay for your baby mama dramas, to pay. Nah, it doesn't work like that. That was the illusion. And this is the rude awakening, where everyone carries their weight as it should be. Now, as I was sharing this, I received an angel number, and when I looked it up, it says you are surrounded by angels. Miracles are happening before your eyes. Oh, yes. And one of those miracles is me putting every package, every baggage that does not belong to me down to the ground. And I'm not coming back. And your ancestors don't want you to come back. Because all of these centuries we were held back. Those who know, know. I'm going to say it again. Those who know, know. Those of you that were held back, you know who you are. And it's time for you to stand up. It's time for you to believe in the hype that you are somebody. To believe in the hype of the intuition that is guiding your footsteps. To believe in the hype that you can. Stop allowing those who have already lost the battle for eternity's sake to have you to sit down with them. It is their season to have several seats. It is your season to stand up and take your place. I know in the beginning, it may be intimidating, huh? You never thought this day would come, huh? You afraid of what they're going to say, huh? Well, hopefully you got what it takes to keep going. Just like that song. I heavily recommend you listen to it. Yes, a different genre. And those from the South may appreciate it more. But I think there's a time and place for every kind of music. And this is why I appreciate every kind of music from all cultures, all backgrounds, all languages. I don't even have to know the words to feel the song. Some of you have sensitive children that even at a very young age, before they didn't even have understanding of the vocabularies that they have now, they were able to hear a song, and if it was a sad song, you would see their facial expressions. And if it was a happy song, you would recognize the smile on their face. It's time for us to connect again with our inner child and learn to feel again, learn to hear again, learn to understand again, learn to see again the way you were created to do so. Because the journey that you are now embarking on will be less taxing the more you are connected to your higher self. There are a lot of changes that will be occurring that you will need to be flexible. You will need to learn how to adjust. You will need to accept that change has come. And a lot of things you thought you were in control over, you will wake up to the fact that it was an illusion. And this is why you need to build your core up, okay? When I say core, I'm talking about soul, okay? Your mind, your body. Yes, you must exercise, but yes, you must meditate. Yes, you must pray. Yes, you must know God. Yes, you must teach your children how to fend for themselves with integrity, because karma is real and you are being introduced to that collectively. So whatever lies you are being fed, whatever curses was hovering over your family names, you better research on how to upgrade your systems, because only the fittest will survive. And this is why stealing will no longer be of assistance to you. As a matter of fact, before you steal, we'll be notified that you're planning to steal. Before you lie, we'll be notified that you're planning to lie. See, there's been a separation. Those that are chosen and those that want to be. And the only way for you to achieve the types of favors that you, quote unquote, associate with those being chosen is you must, let me stress on must, do the work. You must look at yourself. You must put judgment down. And look at yourself. Put the lies down. Put all the vices down. Put the theft down. Put the alcohol down. Put the lust down. Put the addictions down. Put the irresponsible fatherhoods down. Irresponsible motherhood down. The reason why you find yourselves in a rut is because the times that you need to be focusing on your children and fending for yourselves and creating and progressing in life, you are utilizing this time to spy on others and critique others and belittle others and compete others who leave you in the dust. Who bring you to the awakening that you've been left behind. Who you will never be able to catch up to. It is time for you to refocus on your priorities. Because regardless of what the weapon that you call a tongue is and the lies it tells, it has no power over someone's destiny. And that's just facts. Yes, you tried it. You and your crowd tried it. You and your fortune, your investments, tried it. But with no avail, because you still failed at it. And that's a moment you just have to make peace with. I can't box with God. God is in charge. God has the last word. Regardless of your spell work, regardless of your plots, regardless on it's a waste of time. But I'm not here to convince you again. I'm not here to convince you to put insanity down. I just relay the messages. And whatever you're possessed by, hopefully it will lead you in the direction that was made for you. Now, those of you that are the generational curse breakers, you are given a couple of words, confirmation, a couple of words of encouragement that I have to share with you in the form of affirmation. Okay? The first one being, I surround myself with people who encourage me to make healthy choices. Hopefully, this is your reality. Hopefully, the only people you have in your circles are those that encourage you to make healthy choices. Hopefully, you are okay with detaching from those that are toxic. Those that are toxic. Some people, I hear it over and over on social media. Commentaries like, oh, they just love to use the word toxic. Oh, they reaching. What does toxic mean anyway? Okay, toxic means, number one, you stagnant. You ain't getting anywhere in life. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you are the most negative person you know. All right. Even if it is not in relation to you, if it is someone else that is trying to follow their dreams, you're the first one to tell them, get real. That's never going to happen for you. You don't have what it takes. What makes you think you can do that? I tried it and it didn't work for me. Why would it work for you? Yeah, you. You. That one. See, you shouldn't have those people in your circle. You also shouldn't have those that steal from you, okay, in your circles. They can steal from you in many different ways. Those who have no interest in you, they don't see you as a life partner, but they continue to engage in sex with you, stealing your sexual energy. your creativity, your manifestation abilities. That's your body, right? They steal from you by having you work 1, 2, 3 jobs and assist them financially to help them to move up in the world with no intention of paying you back. In fact, stealing from you and bringing elsewhere. Not just elsewhere, but to your enemy to do black magic on you. They steal from you mentally by stealing your ideas. Be careful who you share your business plans with. I'm going to say that again. There's someone out here, you better catch on. Be careful who you disclose your business plan to. Some people are strategically sent to you. Can I raise my hand and tell my story? Some people are strategically sent to you to spy and discover your business plan in order for them to jump on it before you do. But the twist comes when they tried it, right? But they still didn't reach the mark. But again, I am being guided to tell you, do not share any of your affairs, whether it is personal, whether it is career, whether it is financial, whether it is your health, whether it is your children. Do not share these types of information with your circle. Allow it to be on a need to know basis. Now, some of you may say, what do you mean? I trust those in my circle. You know what? Do you? All right. Again, I just relay the messages here. Okay. But I can also relay the fact that some people have been betrayed by spouses. Okay. Others by siblings. Okay. Others by friends. Okay. So use your discretion. Okay. And that's on period. And always ask God to be in so much communion with you that He will disclose what you don't see, what you haven't heard, what you don't know. Again, you have blind spots. See, God is bringing to your attention that you need Him. Okay. Now you can choose to work with your understanding, because some of us have different learning skills, right? Some of us have to be hands-on. Some of us have to fall on our face first. Okay. Some of us end up losing a life. Okay. And then there are others that receive a dream, receive a vision, receive intuition, and make the wiser choices. It's all your choice. Remember, you are a co-creator of your life. No matter who's lying to you, and telling you that you in charge of everything. I'm going to repeat. You are a co-creator of your life. So it flows with the choices that you make and the obedience that you have. Because a lot of you have received messages from your guardian angels, messages from your beloved ancestors, messages from God Himself. And deleted it. Put it in spam. Blocked it. Your life is what you co-created it to be. I'm going to say it again for that person who's having a hard time understanding. Your life is what you co-created it to be. All you can do now, which is what everyone has to do, accept things as they are. And decide if you want better or not. And if you want better, ask for clarity and wisdom and guidance. And make a plan. As you formulate this plan, make sure. Let me say that again, because some of y'all will miss this if it's not repeated. Make sure that this plan involves you being in your integrity. Okay? Because high vibrational intentions manifest high vibrational outcomes. Right? And low vibrational intentions manifest, y'all ready for this? It manifests karma. And to the extreme, it manifests back to sender. And with God's signature, it manifests judgment. So you have choices, right? You can continue to attack those that have surrendered to God's will to lead their path. Or you can dare to look in the mirror. Okay? If you could be so brave. And check yourself. Okay? Part of being an adult, for those of you that have not been schooled on adulting, right, is being able to check yourself. Nobody's perfect. Everybody mess up. But the times you do, you need to fess up to you. Yes, I was wrong. Yes, I was. Yes, I knew better. Yes, that was stealing. Yes, that was lying. Yes, that was attempted murder. Yes, that was rape. It was. You cannot live in the truth if you are living a lie. You are in a self-induced prison when you decide to live a lie. Until you live in your authentic truth, you will continue to manifest low vibrational outcomes because you are low vibrational in your connection to your higher self. You are not honoring yourself. You cannot attract love until you love yourself. You cannot attract abundance in your life until you are abundant in this world. What are you doing? How are you giving back? Have you been stealing? Because when you steal, you attract theft in your lives. When you lie, you attract others to lie on you. When you frame, you attract others to frame you. When you attempt murder, you attract murder to yourself. Now, I really don't know how else to break it down to you. Because honest to God, this is common sense. But because so many of you have been lying to yourself and being at the foot of false teachers, false prophets, false pastors, false tarot readers, false spiritual practitioners, falsehood, you are lost. I said you are lost. But with God, you will be found. This requires you being real, right? Real with yourself. Real in your predicament. Real in your self-analyzations of how you attracted this present season in your life. How did you attract this present season in your life? Now, I'm being told to tell you, those of you who have attracted abundance, prosperity, good health, love, and so forth, write those down. I'm going to tell y'all that again. Okay? Because if you don't want to have to repeat these lessons that you've learned, you need to record them. So write those down and refer to them as often as you can. As you maneuver in life, remember the lessons learned. So when you come across future tests, nah, man. See, I ain't going to fall over there. I ain't going to trip over there. And I'm not going to go over there. That lesson was learned. That chapter was closed. And those of you who are in positions where you're trying to get there have to be willing, number one. Oh, I'm going to step on some toes with this one. But that's all right. I said that's all right. Notice I didn't need your validation of being all right. But you will first start getting favor by shutting up. You can write that down if you want. By shutting up. Stop accusing everyone in your circle for everything that's wrong in your life. Stop it. Just stop. I don't know how to tell you to just stop. That's number one. Number two is accepting your part. We are never responsible 100% because it takes all parties involved, right? But you must accept your part. I'm telling you this because that's the formula. You must accept your part. Yes, this person did this. Yes, that person did this. Yes, this happened in my childhood. Yes, this happened in my adulthood. Yes, this happened. Yes, it happened to my mother. Yes, that's what I saw. Yes, that's what my grandmother did. What did you do? How did you write your life story? I said, how did you write your life's story? It's your pen and your paper. So if you need to cross something out, it's not time for you to ask your mom to cross it out, your friend to cross it out, your first grade teacher. No, it's time you cross it out. Okay? And it's time for you to write your script. I did this, but today I'm doing this. And that's just it. I said I'm doing it and I'm doing it. Period. Not allowing anyone to get in my way. Not allowing any discouragement in my environment, in my atmosphere. Stressing detachment is not attempting to control you or to be annoying or to belittle you. In fact, detachment is not even stress. It is highly recommended because it benefits you. It's just like you being on a diet, right? And everyone in your household is wilding out on all types of junk food, all types of fast food, and don't know anything and don't participate in any manner in relation to healthy eating. That environment alone brings challenge. And this is why some people that are on a diet, right? This is a true story. See, this is what I studied in school, behavior. Now, some people that are on a diet, in order for them to succeed, or those that want to quit smoking, or whatever your vice is, they can't eat with their family. Either they go to their bedroom or they go in front of the TV or they just do not eat with them. And if it's a smoker that does not want to stop smoking, then they just do not stay in the same room with them when they're smoking. That's the only way you're going to beat it. But if it's in your face all the time, if you smell it and you see it and you hear the enjoyment or the gluttony of them eating it, oh, that's going to be hard. It's going to be very difficult. And this is why if you know you're just going to have your salad and croutons, you need to go sit somewhere else. If you know you're going to skip the soda pop and have some water and lemon, you need to go sit someplace else. Because if you continue to sit with them, sooner or later, I just tried this soda. You want to taste? It has a different kind of taste. And sometimes it's not even with malice, people. It's not really with malice. But you are at the wrong place at the right time. Right? And this goes the same way for drugs. If you know you want to break a habit, and you've been working at it, right? You patting yourself on the back. Yo, that 3 months clean. And you allow someone who hasn't beat their habit to bring up familiarities. Oh, I miss you. Oh, we used to do this. We used to go to the movies. I don't go anymore because you're not here anymore. My life has changed. And oh my goodness, I don't know when you're going to come back or when you're going to be yourself again or when you're going to stop allowing these people to brainwash you or whatever nonsense they bring to you, right? If you allow that person in their habit to connect with you on any level, right? What ends up happening is, due to their codependency to you, they will express emotion in relation to the feelings of detachment, feelings of abandonment. And in the process of doing so, don't be surprised. I said don't be surprised if they pop something out. Or they won't be offering it to you. They'll be like, I respect you don't drug anymore. It's okay. I'm not going to offer you, okay? I'm just trying to process this. I need some help. I need to do this. And whether it is their crack, whether it's their heroin, whether it's their alcohol, I just need a sip. Just a sip. Right? They put it away. Guess what? You smell that alcohol, don't you? Don't you? They take that drug of choice and they start the illusion of vibing, laughing, chilling, high. And you miss that, don't you? Don't you? And this is why you cannot stay attached from anything, anyone, any place that has an attachment to you. A low vibrational attachment at that. Now, I don't know who else is willing to be transparent. But I recall abstaining from sugar for years. And I'm telling you, it was nothing anymore. Because when you don't have it, you don't miss it. Right? And then I connected to somebody who is not abstaining from sugar. I'm not saying he likes sweets, but he's just not abstaining from sugar. He had a healthy weight, but still he was not abstaining from sugar. So if this person's having a cookie, come on, have a bite. If this person is having some ice cream, are you serious? You're going to sit here and watch me eat this? And you're not going to have, the peer pressure. And little by little, you have the piece of the cookie. You have some of the ice cream. You have a sip of the soda. And guess what? You back at it again. Right? You having sugar every single day again. Even when you know it's not good for your health. Right? And so when someone understands who they are and knows who they are and wants to empower who they are, you know what they do? They don't even take a bite. They don't take a sip. As a matter of fact, they don't go to that restaurant. Okay? And they always are on top of their self-care. And I'm going to explain why. They always make sure they get their rest. They sleep every night, right? They make sure they eat well. They stay hydrated, right? They make sure that they practice proper hygiene, that they have whatever article of clothing that they need to maintain the right body temperature. All of this falls under self-care. You know why? That moment you hungry, that leaves you unbalanced. That moment you sleepy, that leaves you unbalanced. That moment you cold or you hot, that leaves you unbalanced. And this weakens your willpower. Yes, I know I said I wasn't going to have meat no more because I'm fasting, or it's in relation to my spirituality, or whatever the case might be. Let yourself be hungry one time, okay? And then pay attention to somebody having some meat, whatever kind of meat it is. Now, if you're real with yourself, oh yes, you're thinking about that meat. But you know what? If you ate, right, a healthy meal, if you hydrated yourself, if you got enough rest, if you were at a comfortable body temperature, if you detached from everything that was draining you, like whatever is off alignment with you, right? If you detach from all of that, you will be able to manifest that willpower you need. In relation to drugs, in relation to alcohol, in relation to sex addiction, in relation to even codependency, even a relationship. When you leave a relationship because the person is a blockage, right? Is a blockage towards your progress, because they refuse to work on themselves. In fact, they think that whole wave or that whole interest or lifestyle of self-development is crap. Oh yeah, there are those. There are those that think, it's because you're mental. That's why you feel you need to meditate. That's why you feel you need to journal. There are those. The toxic ones, right? And so this is why you have to use your discretion on who you allow in your circles, because it's all connected. If you want to live a life of crime, if you want to leave theft, if you want to stop lying, if you want to stop bullying, if you want to stop threatening, you need to disconnect. And it's just like I was making reference to codependency. Sometimes you know that relationship is not good for you. As a matter of fact, you're not even happy in the relationship. You're more miserable in the relationship than you were single. But I can't be alone. What will people say? Oh, I don't have a man. Oh, I don't have a woman. I'm going to look lonely. I'm going to be the oddball. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. Meanwhile, you put in those people before you. That's codependency. When you're a people pleaser. When you care about what people say, how they will receive you. When you're concerned about if they will reject you, if you'll be an outcast. And you remain miserable. And smile on cue. Some of you have people in your lives that you don't love. You're just addicted to. I'm going to say it again. Yeah, I'm stepping on some toes, and I know that. I said some of you are in relationships with those that you are addicted to, not those that you love. You can love, and you can also be addicted to. And I know y'all heard that confirmation. There's a difference. When you love someone, you don't say it alone. You act on it too. Respecting the person. Giving and taking with the person. Confiding and trusting in the person. Being faithful and loyal to the person. Oh, that's love. Okay? And the addictions fall under the categories of lust. You enjoy a couple of minutes with that person. Just a couple of minutes, right? You enjoy that the person allows you to invite a party to your bedroom. Both sexes to your bedroom, right? And that's your addiction. I said, and that's your addiction. Because when you are in love with someone, you don't just love them physically, you don't just love them sexually, but you also love them mentally, spiritually. Do you connect with the person? Does the person understand you? Do you understand? Is there a wall between you? Do you feel comfortable with being yourself in that person's presence? Do you feel judged when you are naked? Whether it is physical, mental, or spiritual. The relationships that have the strongest foundations are those that also have an emotional connection. Oh, that's hard. That's hard to disconnect from an emotional connection. You trust in that person. The person trusts in you. You confide in that person. The person confides in you. You lean on that person. The person leads on you. It doesn't matter who else you encounter. Due to any addiction, any vice, any low vibrational activity. But that emotional connection, yeah, it still got you. You understand? And this is why a lot of times people believe that I could steal your man, right? I could steal your girl. What they don't understand is that flesh is not the emotional connection. So you can have that person with you and that person ain't with you. So, some of y'all understand and some of y'all don't. Okay. But the ones with understanding understand. You can be with somebody physically. Meanwhile, he's not there spiritually. He's not there emotionally. You feel me? And some people can live like that. They can live in a situation where they have a bedroom. And then there are others who want to live their best life. All right? And so they do not negotiate when it comes to love. Either you hear 100 or you not. And this is why those are the people that live the most satisfying lives. Because they do not settle. Because they do not allow themselves to stay in dysfunctional ruts. Because when the shoes doesn't fit, they don't wear it. Because they understand the concept that one mistake cannot eliminate the previous mistake. I had a moment in time years ago when I made a mistake. And someone I love so dearly connected with me and with no judgment. She said, you know what? You can do whatever you want to do. I'm going to support you. But I want you to know this before you make that decision. Making another mistake is not going to take away the first mistake. I can tell you that there's nothing else in this life she can ever tell me again that is more important than that statement alone. That statement assisted me in living the life that was meant for me. living in peace, in harmony, in love. If I allowed what others would say, how others would feel, what circles I would be rejected in, if I allowed that to override what I knew was right for me to do, I believe I would be at a very different place in my life. I believe I would have had low self-esteem. Yes, I'm going to be real with y'all. Okay? I believe I would be miserable. I believe I would be having pity parties. I believe I would be wondering, there has to be more to life. And all that came from a choice. All that came from making a detachment, cutting a cord. It came from moving forward. I moved forward already in the knowledge that I was no longer happy in that situation. And my God, my guardian angels, and my beloved ancestors were in agreement, right? And they wanted me to continue going forward on my journey. And because I was open to it, as a matter of fact, I asked for guidance. I asked for strength. I asked for courage. I asked for vision. I asked for renewal. Oh, that made a change. I said it made a change. I did the work. And today I am very content. And I am 100% sure that was the right decision. No doubt. That was the right decision. Those of you that are unhappy with your lives, I'm being told to tell you that the reason why is because you are not making the right decisions. And it doesn't matter how much spell work you do, what spiritual practitioner you go to, what spiritual bath you take. Until you make the right decisions, you will not benefit the favor of those who live a righteous life. When it's time to make amends, you need to make amends. And if the door is closed and sealed, you need to make amends to God and say, the door is sealed. So I'm going to make amends to you for my transgressions. Because no one owes you an open door for an apology. I want y'all to understand that part, okay? Because a lot of people are living in la la land under the impression that anybody can do anything to you, right? And all you have to do is get on your knees and ask for forgiveness, and the person must grant it. Let me wake you up. Wake up. No. The person does not have to accept you in their life, regardless of how much you prayed, how much you changed, how much you believe in a future. No. Not at all. Some bridges you burn, you just can't rebuild. That's just what it is. It's part of adulting to accept the bridges that you've burned. And know that God is in control. What you do is you act right from now on. Right? You stop lying on the person. You stop doing love spells on the person. You stop doing death spells on the person. You stop doing money blockages on the person, etc. You stop it. That is making amends. You stop it and you allow life to transform that season. You accept that there are those that you encounter because they have a karmic lesson to teach you. You gather the information. You write it down. You go on and you don't do it again. Common sense, right? Well, how common is common sense? Good question. How common is common sense? Would this world have so much chaos in it if common sense were common? Now, the next affirmation that I'm being asked to bring to your attention is, I am participating in the experiences of this moment. Okay? That means I am not romanticizing the past, blocking out everything that was dysfunctional. And just allowing myself to see the times we laughed, the times we were happy, the times we shared. Meanwhile, that's 1% out of 99%. And the 99% was toxic. It is time for us to stop romanticizing the past and begin in participating in the experiences of this present moment. I'm being told to tell you to work on all your chakras, cleanse your chakras, balance your chakras, open your chakras, especially in the department of your root chakra. Because that will assist you in the department of grounding yourself, being present. You are not living 4 years ago. Confirmation. You are living in October of 2022. All debts must be paid. You are asking God to help you see even the blind spots. Help you see through the illusions that you tell yourself or that your toxic circle tells you. And review from everyone's perspectives. And be man enough or woman enough or hopeful enough that you still can do better. The least you can do, those of you who don't know, the least you can do to rectify your wrongs is by learning your lessons and never repeating the same lesson that you learned with another party. If you lied on someone, if you drugged someone, if you tried to poison someone, whatever the case, in the pretense of, I'm sorry, I've changed, I want forgiveness. The least you can do if that door is already shut is just to never do it again. Life is a school. Sometimes we are teachers, sometimes we are students. How many of your teachers are you still in contact with? Can we be real? How many of your classmates are you still in contact with? In school, confirmation. In school, you move on. You are only connected at a certain grade. When one is promoted from one grade to another grade, there is no other connection. You do not share the same classwork. You do not share the same homework. You do not study for the same tests. You are not even expected to be at the same degree in association with emotional maturity or emotional intelligence. First graders are with first graders. Second graders sit with second graders. In the lunchroom and in the classroom. The food the first grader needs to be nourished, they partake in it together. The foods that the second graders need to be nourished in that same cafeteria, they partake in it together on the same table. And so you cannot expect those who decided to mature, those who decided to grow up, those who studied for their tests, those who did their classwork to reject or decline from their promotions. Because that would not be executing common sense. And this is not what an intellectual mind will rationalize. So people, whether you want it or not, whether you're open to it or not, whether you're going to fight it or not, we are all, I said all, including all, being awakened. It is a process, not a destiny. I'm going to say it again, because a lot of you false teachers, okay, think you've arrived, right? In fact, you think you God. You think you know better than God. Let me tell you, awakening is not a destination. The person who knows most is the person who knows that they don't know nothing at all. God is knowledge. Those of us given the grace of knowledge retrieve it from the grace and mercy of God. Not at the feet of a leader or a teacher or a priest or whatever you call yourself. Because it is a chain of command. And God must stay on top. Which means you cannot fight God. And you cannot bite the hand that feeds you the knowledge that you know. Now, I'm not going to hesitate with you. When this message was revealed to me, I said, so you want me to say it like that? Is that what is that the energy? Is that the energy you want me to say it in? And I was told, until you disregard of the impressions that people make of you, you will not be living in your truth. And living in your truth is being aligned with your highest good. And so this is why certain people are called to be messengers, teachers, priests, seers, healers, because they say what you think but won't say. Y'all want to hear that one more time? Because they say what you think but won't say. Oh, that load can be heavy sometimes. That self-disclosure can be a mouthful. That retaliation can bring a world of drama. But when you're called, you put all of that aside because you realize you don't have a choice. You see? I said you don't have a choice because the favor you have over your life requires your alignment. So it don't matter what cousin said, what papa said, what friend said. It's what God said. Right? And everybody else can go to bed. Because that is who's driving the vehicle. So believe in the hype because you are supported on all levels. As long as you are in alignment with God's will for your life, you can manifest and co-create everything that is in connection with your soul's purpose. The needs that you need fulfilled, the protection that you need, the health that you need, the finances that you need, the connections that you need, the love that you need, the support that you need, everything will be supported on all levels. The next affirmation, I am stepping forward and stepping up. And I know that I am on the right path. Be assured in the God you serve. Be assured in the knowledge of who you are. Be assured that your yes is yes and your no is no. And go with the flow. There's no time now to reconsider, to talk about it, to think, no. Not at this point in time. At this point in time, we need to continue stepping forward and stepping up in confidence, uncompromising, unapologetic. And one with God's plan. Take the time to see, I'm going to stress again, to see the point of view of those you may be challenged by at this time. Understand your haters are your haters because they don't believe that they have what it takes to be what you are. I'm going to say it again. Understand that your haters are your haters. Because they do not believe that they have what it takes to be who you are. What does this mean? That means every day, no matter the challenge set before you, no matter the traps, no matter the frustrations, no matter the rejections, remember who you are. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. I am who I am in the eyes of God. Nothing more and certainly nothing less. And this is why you hear me say this every episode. God and God alone is in control. And so no matter what you're going through, no matter what plan no matter what trauma, no matter what crisis, no matter what humiliation you endured, understand who you are. That's it. And keep going. Keep going and follow your leader. Because God's got a plan. I said God's got a plan. Y'all ain't ready for this plan. But God's got a plan for those he calls his own. And this is why he allowed the persecution. He allowed the lies. He allowed the spell. You know why? Because you are God's own. And so this is the season that he fixes the table for you in front of your enemies. There's a time and place and season for everything. And those of you that are discouraged, frustrated, confused, and are of the light, I'm being told to tell you, this is your season. Take your place. Stand at your post. Fulfill your soul's purpose. You can do it. You're not alone. You're loved. Child, you are so protected. You are favored. Highly favored. You are talented. You are gifted. You are everything that you want to be. Your angels want you to know that they recognize your commitment to change and are guiding you towards growth and expansion. Respect them. Stay attuned to them. They are as loud as you listen. You are being invited to take light, joy, and peace into your homes, your relationships, and everywhere you go. Continue to beam light. No matter the attack, they will never tarnish your soul. You have a light in you that will never dissipate. Continue with your self-care. Because your acts of self-care are opening your world to more love and blessing. What you put out is what comes back. So put out love so you can retrieve, or rather welcome, love. Now, I have a spread for you. The cards I was given for today. The first one, priorities. Okay? We all have to get our priorities straight. And because of this card in particular, the priorities are an association with your wellness. Please make the time to take care of you. Get enough rest. Drink enough water. Eat enough vegetables. Take your vitamins. Exercise. Dance. Sing. Play. And make time for work. Your first ministry is your family. Understand that is also your work. Make time. I'm being told to say it again. Make time. Make time for your families. Not just your kids. I know you've been hurt. I know you've been lied to. I know you've been cheated on. But those of you who are now in a divine union, make time for your partners. Make time to show them love. Make time to give them hugs. Make time to kiss them good morning, good afternoon. Just because kiss. Good night kiss. Together, you are a team. Together makes it work. You both have to prioritize the wellness of your family unit. Physical, mental, spiritual. Teach your kids about chakras. Teach them about their crown chakra, about their third eye. Teach them about their throat chakra. Teach them to unblock their throat chakra, to tell you how they feel. Teach them to unblock their third eye chakra and tell you what their intuitions are. Teach them to tell you the dreams they've had, the connections they've had with God, the knowledge they have of God. Teach them about their heart chakras. Teach them to say, I love you. Teach them to say words of care. Teach them about their solar plexus. Teach them about their willpower. I can be what I want to be. Teach them how to respect their sacral chakras. Warn them about soul ties. Differentiate sexually transmitted disease from sexual transmitted demons. Teach them how to protect themselves. Teach them how to remain confident, to believe in themselves, to be proud of their lineage, to stand tall, to be rooted. Teach them everything that you wish someone taught you. Earlier on your journeys. God is good. I said God is good. And He is so present. The next card is Sacred Temple. And it's a picture of a woman. Her eyes are closed. And she is in a stance of meditation. And she knows who she is. She sees past the illusions. She is balanced in all her chakras. She is connected to God, and the light beams from her. And she is cloaked in confidence. She is aligned to her highest good. Please make efforts to move closer. One step at a time to reach and achieve your full potential. You can do it. But you must work at it. You cannot steal it. You cannot fake it. You cannot pretend it. Stop allowing the false teachers to bring you to the back of the line. Sacred temple is your power. Be empowered. Take control. Next card is level up. Level up. And due to the artwork, part of your leveling up is connecting to your ancestors, your high vibrational ancestors. Honoring them, remembering them, looking at their pictures, teaching your children who they are, what they represented, the lessons that they've taught you. Take opportunities to teach your children what you expect of them. Whether you are here with them or not here with them, what you want for them in their latter years. Teach them what your grandmom taught you. Teach them what your grandfather taught you. Teach them the stories that they told you about their childhoods. Connect them to their roots. Do you know your job? Do you know your job as a parent? You are their teacher. Are you teaching them right? Are you modeling the correct life patterns? Are you equipping them to break generational curses? Because your ancestors want to know, do you know your job? You may want to meditate on that. You may want to write about that. You may want to pray about that and ask for guidance. Ask for assistance. Ask for grace. People, if you only knew the power that you have inside of you, you could achieve mountains. But you're afraid of being tall. You're afraid of being up high. You're afraid of entering new territory. And that is what is holding you back. Not your competition. Not the man's oppression. Not your childhood trauma. It's on you. Next card is always say less than necessary. I shared this during the channeled message. There are those who are strategically being sent to you to spy on you in order to know how to bring blockages to you. Because they know that they do not have the strength in DNA. I'm just channeling messages. The strength in DNA that is required for you to rise tall. Know your name. Remember your tribe. I love the next card, the warrior. Honor, spiritual strength, preparedness. Y'all ready for the next one? Self-sacrifice. Yeah. In order for you to obtain the honor, the spiritual strength, and the skills in preparation, you have to self-sacrifice. You have to detach from what was familiar and attach to what you are being guided to attach to. To let go of the past and attach to the present day and making the foundation for a better day. Not only for you, but for your children and for the legacies that you leave. Refocus. I'm going to say it again. Refocus. Next card. Spread your wings and fly. We are proud of you. And this goes out to all of you that have already begun to fly. Know that God, your angels, your beloved ancestors, your spiritual support teams, oh, they love you. And they are very proud of each and every one of you that is aligned to your highest good. Confirmation. These confirmations always be on point. They are proud of each and every one of you that is in alignment with your highest good. Next card is understanding. Oh, this card means hope to me. I said this card means hope. This card is telling me that some of you are getting a better understanding. In fact, we are all getting understanding of our callings. And I'm also being told to tell you that your spiritual support team understands your struggles, understands the obstacles, understands your needs. And this is why those who continue to persecute you will continue to experience the wrath of God. Because you are called to do great things. And whoever gets in your way will experience great disaster. I just channel the messages. Anyone who wants to be in opposition of you, anyone who wants to shut you up, anyone who wants to steal from you, anyone who wants to plot on you, do smear campaigns on you, frame you, ridicule you, mock you. Oh, they all. I know you see it. I know you hear it. And I know you understand it. That they are all experiencing and understand. You see, this is what God told me yesterday. They're not just experiencing, they're understanding, people. That was your purpose. You were the catalyst. Whether they're willing to admit it or not, you taught them to understand that God is in control. Period. And this is what they are meditating on as they have several seats. Yes, you are a teacher. Know thyself. The next card is giving me the energy of going with the flow. Going with the flow, trusting God. Keep swimming. And know what's meant to be will be. And I love the last card, transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. I am who I am